Welcome to Wild Survival. In this episode, we have an incredible story of bravery and resilience by a man named Todd Orr, who against all odds survived an attack by a mama grizzly bear. Let's dive into his captivating story. It was a perfect fall morning on October 1st, 2016, in the high country of southwest Montana as Todd Orr embarked on a hike to scout for some elk before hunting season. Todd is an experienced outdoorsman. He grew up camping, hunting, and exploring the outdoors, and he has worked for the U.S. Forest Service. Todd knows to be prepared with bear spray and a pistol, and to make noise along the trail to alert any bears of his presence. But even with checking all the boxes of preparedness, you can never predict what will happen out in the wilderness. About 3 miles into his hike, Todd came into a clearing and saw a mother grizzly with her 2 cubs. When she saw Todd, she took off with her cubs over the ridge. After a few minutes, Todd continued walking, assuming the grizzly had taken her cubs and moved on into the trees far away from him. Bears usually don't want anything to do with humans. But this grizzly had another plan in mind. She had decided to drop her cubs off somewhere safe, circle around the ridge, and sneak up on Todd. He heard something over his left shoulder, and as he turned his head, he saw her charging toward him at full speed, only yards away. She was moving terrifyingly fast, coming straight for him. Todd managed to pull his bear spray from his chest holster and spray it, but the mama grizzly was too fast. She ran through the cloud and jumped right on top of Todd. After a few gruesome bites to his arm, the bear spray caught up to her and she had difficulty breathing. Luckily for him, the grizzly took off and left Todd mostly intact. He was able to assess his wounds and even took a video of himself, bloodied but alive. He had a gash to his head above his ear and several bites on his arm and shoulder, but nothing was severely broken, and his eyes, legs, and major organs were all okay. His plan now was to get himself to a hospital, so he began hiking back down the trail. As he reached the bottom of the ridge, the mother grizzly appeared again, as if waiting for him. Before he knew it, he was knocked to the ground, bear spray and pistol out of reach, as the sow threw herself on top of him yet again, biting down hard on his shoulders and arms. The best Todd could do was try to protect his vital organs, the back of his neck and his face, as her ferocious jaws clamped down on him again and again. He blocked out the pain and kept assuring himself that it would be over soon, that she would just leave him alone if he just stayed still and didn't move or even breathe. After what felt like an eternity, the bear finally relented. Todd was once again able to stand up and assess his situation. With his legs still miraculously unharmed, he was able to walk himself out of the woods and get help, thankfully not suffering a third attack. With a few intense surgeries and rehabilitation, Todd was able to be back hiking in Montana's wilderness just 2 months after surviving a grizzly attack. Even after such a harrowing event, Todd still enjoys the outdoors and encourages others to do so as well. Bear attacks are very rare, but they can still happen. So here are some guidelines for how to stay safe in bear country. First of all, pay attention. Not only do you miss the sights and sounds of nature by looking only at your feet and putting in headphones, but you're also putting yourself in danger. You never know when you'll come across a wild animal, and it's better if they hear you coming, so make some noise along the trail every so often. There are also bear bells, or just bells, attached to your backpack to continuously alert wildlife of your presence. Next is bear spray. So make sure that it's not expired. It's easily accessible while you're hiking, and that you know how to use it. Most bear sprays come with practice cartridges. You need to be aware of where the safety is and how to unlock it, as well as have practice of how to discharge it. Even though the grizzly that attacked Todd ran straight through the cloud of bear spray, it was still enough to disrupt her first attack. He also had it strapped to his chest in a holster for instant access. Having a pistol or other firearm can be useful, but if you shoot the bear and it isn't instantly killed or severely wounded, it is likely to become enraged and continue on with its attack. You are also likely to miss during such a chaotic and adrenaline-filled moment. Bear spray is more effective at training bears to stay away from humans while not permanently harming the bear. During the second attack, Todd was separated from both his bear spray and pistol that were attached to his body, so he was only able to physically defend the most vital areas of his body. As your last line of defense, playing dead while curling into a ball and using your hands and arms to protect your neck, face, and vital organs. That concludes this episode of Wild Survival. Tune in next time for an episode about two women that survive a harrowing attack by a mountain lion while biking on trails in California. And always remember, explore with caution and thrive with resilience.